Check, check, check. Here we go. Hey, Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe, a.k.a. Man of the People, here joining you live from Atlanta, Georgia, downtown Atlanta, Georgia. You see that nice, beautiful building behind me as we get ready to take on the Atlanta Falcons. So here we are with our night before show that I love to do before all away games. I don't do this for home games, but for any away game, I like to, I got too much stuff going on. Give me just a second. Oh, hold on. There we go. So I had multiple things playing in my ear. I was hearing myself with a delay, so I didn't want to do that. But nevertheless, here for another show of the night before, where I just like to connect with fans, see what's on your mind, see how you feel about the game, see what questions you have, all that good stuff. And by the way, we will be live tomorrow at 11 a.m. on the field of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, getting you all the latest information about this Carolina Panthers team, giving you inactives for the day and any late news that we have. And with those inactives, typically there may be some lineup changes, so we'll be able to give you that information as well. And we'll go into a little bit more detail about the matchup, what to look for, what's been said this week past about the game and what to look for. So tonight, not the same. Tonight is more of just talking about whatever you guys want to talk about. So there is a link in the description for those who wants to click on the button and call in and talk to me. So hopefully you guys will do that. All you need is a computer or a cell phone. And love to hear what questions you have. Meanwhile, we'll go through all the comments, see what you guys have there in the comments, and go through that. And by the way, yeah, I broke my glasses just yesterday, so I have not had a chance to get them fixed. Forgot all about it. And I was going to take them off, but then I would just not be able to see. So you guys can laugh at me for the tape on the glasses tonight, but you can bet your bottom dollar that they will be fixed as soon as I get back to Charlotte and have a chance to go to the store. I think it just needs a screw. I don't know. I'm new to wearing glasses, so it is what it is. As you know, if you are a member, you get special acknowledgement every time you come on to the show. So this guy right here has to get a little special notice because I haven't seen him in a minute. John Morales, what's going on? I'm actually heading to the game tomorrow in Atlanta. Good morning from a workout. I think some of your message was cut off, but yeah, John, that's great. You know, I will be in the stadium by 10 a.m. I'm sure you won't be there that early, but if we happen to cross paths, man, that'll be good to see because I have not seen you in a while. Hope everything is going well with your weight loss venture there. I know you have been doing some pretty good things there, so good. Oh, you said you got a ticket from work. Okay, good deal. And if you want to become a member, there's a link in the description that'll also help you guys do that to become a member. We need your support, so if you're able to do so, do so. And then, as always, we have this link right here. Many ways to support the channel if you guys are able to. There's a Cash App below. There's Super Chats, Super Thanks if you're watching it after. All good stuff, good ways to support us. And there's also the free way. Like the video, comment. That is the free way and also a greatly appreciated way to help support the channel. All right, we got T Green. How you doing, T Green? When are you gonna call in? You and I think Knucklehead K are the longest running members of the channel. Knucklehead K has called in a couple times. T Green, I don't think you've called in. We got to change that at some point, but I appreciate your support. Supernova. Six-man music. All right, so we'll just go ahead and get into it. Let me actually tell you guys some transactions that took place and why they took place briefly, and then we'll get into this Q&A that I love to do. Transactions. So the Carolina Panthers activated linebacker Chris Barnes from the practice squad for part of the standard week elevation for week 11. And for this other elevation, let me see if I can pull up the pronunciation chart so I can impress you guys with my vernacular, my abilities to say things. Let's see. See if I can quickly find it. What was the guy's name? I doubt if I'm going to find it, but I'm going to try. Try to impress. Now I'm losing all my screens. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can cheat and find the pronunciation chart and sound highly educated. Let's see. All right. Israel Mukwamu. I feel good about that. I'm going to try it again. Israel Mukwamu. Yeah, that's it. They activated Israel Mukwamu from the practice squad. They did that because, as you know, Lathan Ransom, he had a little procedure on his hand earlier in the week, Monday to be exact. Did not practice all week. So he's going to be out for tomorrow. And they need some help just with special teams because Lathan played a role on special teams. So, as always, anytime you see guys coming in on those final few spots of the roster or elevation, they're either going to be a big-time contributor at that position or they're also going to be needing them to contribute on special teams. So, for Israel, that's going to be special teams for him. All right, so let's go ahead and work through this. All right, we got Hunter McDonald. Hunter, as a photographer, I appreciate your picture, man. That's a nice headshot you got there, sir. I love my Panthers, but I'm worried about Bryce, man. He needs to be better. Yeah, you don't win too many games with your quarterback turning the ball over and then not being able to push the ball down the field, not being able to hit guys that are open. So that certainly could be something to watch out for. And, you know, and coming down here to Atlanta today, I was talking with my photographer about everything. And at the time, I didn't have much thoughts about the game. And certainly as I start to do the show, okay, then it starts all to come to mind, right? And I've been able to get up to speed a little bit more on some things. But here's a few things that the Carolina Panthers have going for them with the Atlanta Falcons. Number one, they're not a good team. You know, we're not the best team, but the Atlanta Falcons are definitely not a good team. I forget what their record is. Don't get at me in the comments. I think they may be 2-8 or something like that. Could be 3-8. I know I could quickly look up, but I don't feel like it. But the Carolina Panthers, they had a pretty, you know, they played at home last week at Bank of America Stadium. And then earlier today they took, I don't know, could not have been more than a 40-minute flight down to Atlanta from Charlotte. And they're going to be playing tomorrow morning. Well, the Atlanta Falcons played last week, and I forget what place. I feel like it was Berlin. Again, sorry if I'm not 100% correct, but it was overseas for sure. And they had to take, I don't know, 8-9 hour flight back to Charlotte after that game. And typically the NFL has been giving teams bye weeks after international game, but probably because they're playing more of them and they can't give everybody a bye week. Atlanta does not have a bye week. So I'll say all that to say Charlotte played at home last week, 45-minute flight down to Atlanta. Atlanta played across overseas last week, 9-hour flight back, no bye week, and they play again tomorrow. So I feel like there's some good chances. And with that, I don't see Rico Dowdle getting shut down again like he was last week. Is it technically possible? Absolutely. Do I see that happening? I don't. And even if the Falcons go to duplicate the exact same thing that the Saints did, and you know they have watched it by far. I mean, we're a division team. We smacked the heck out of them last time in week 3, 30-0. That they're going to try to do everything that they can to get some revenge on that. But with that being said, I believe Dave Canales, second-year coach, didn't have the answers last week when things were happening. He knew he needed to throw the ball more. He just could not do it. I feel like they have some things that they could do this week. Still might not be all the things that Canales wants to do, but I certainly feel like he has some things that he will do and can do to prevent the exact same things from happening that happened last week, and we get some better results. But absolutely, Hunter, it starts with your quarterback. That's why those guys are super highly paid, super highly coveted in the NFL because their role is so crucial. And we'll find out tomorrow. We'll see. T. Green, don't go saying that. T. Green said it's rigged. It's not rigged. Six-man music agreeing with your Hunter that it starts with Bryce and we have to run more. Hold on, so six-man music, are you saying that Bryce has to run the ball more? So I don't say that Bryce has to run the ball more. Uh, for one thing, the guy doesn't know how to slide. He doesn't know how to protect himself well. Uh, he can get by with it, but it's been kind of iffy lately. I can't say I want to see him in those kind of predicaments. It is good when he does run if there's something wide open. But I think more than Bryce running would be just Bryce getting the ball to his receivers and getting the ball downfield some without it being a turnover. That's going to be really key. What's up, Renegade? Appreciate you tuning in. Seward J07, hopefully last week humbled and refocused everyone this week. So I agree with you. And by the way, again, another quick plug. I love interacting with you guys. Call myself man of the people because I do a lot of interaction with my audience. So there is a link in the description, and I'm going to put it in the comments right now in case anybody has any comments they want to come on and join me and talk about. Would love for you to do so. So there we go. I just put that one in there. Give me a second to put it in the comment over here as well. And now I'm going to pin this into the comments so you guys have the ability to see that at all times and join us. All right, so yeah, a lot of stuff happened last week, right? Well, as a result of last week, and the biggest thing being team or the players talking about how bad practice was last week. And obviously that was a lot of things that players were asked about this week. So coaches and players talked about it this week, and they naturally said that things were much better. So, yeah, I'm with you. I find it impossible. I mean, I would just be, I forget the words, fiber blasted. I don't know. I would be shocked, appalled, stunned if the Carolina Panthers come out tomorrow and you don't see a whole lot of dog in them. That Dan Morgan, picked out these guys with dogs in them, right? That you don't see a whole lot of dog coming out of this Carolina Panthers team tomorrow. To fight, to win, to get back, to stay above 500, to keep up with a chance to make it to the playoffs this season. You got to have that. I don't see how, you have guys like Derek Brown, J.C. Horn, both of those guys, big veteran leaders, big people. Derek Brown is ginormous and being pretty upset about what happened last week. So I really think that there were some meetings this week and some things said. Bryce Young spoke to the team about this week coming up, that they're all on board to say, hey, whatever happened last week, flush it. Part of what Canales teaches the team, tries to have the culture. Even if they had a 1 last week, it's like, hey, flush it, get it out. We're 0-0. We're trying to be 1-0. This week's game is the most important. And, I feel good about tomorrow. Feel good about these guys coming out and playing a real ball game and not doing what they did last year. I'm sorry, last week. Last year they did a good thing in Atlanta. They did a really good thing in Atlanta. All right, I love everybody coming in, so appreciate you. Keep on coming in. Make sure you hit the like button while you're here. Okay, hit the like button while you're here. John Morales, you got the deal. A coworker got you the ticket and paying you to drive down. That's a good deal, man. That's a good deal. What's going on, Rails? Haven't seen you in a while. Appreciate you tuning in. Like your picture as well. All right, T Green. I just put it up on the screen for the world to see that T Green said she will. Now you can't say someday, because someday could be any day. You got to say I will before the end of the season. How about that? Can we get you to bump it up to you'll come on and join us live before the end of the season? But meanwhile, we'll take your support. We'll appreciate it. Hunter McDaniel, is Rico even healthy? He looked off. So Rico, excuse me, Rico is like many players at this point, week 11 into the NFL season. No, he's not 100% healthy. Very few guys are, but he's in good shape. He's in good shape, certainly in good enough shape to be our starter and to ride him tomorrow. And he did the same thing he did last week. He didn't practice on Wednesday. He was limited in practice on Thursday, and he was a full participant in practice on Friday. So I'm sure he's getting healthier each week. He's not going to be super healthy probably for another couple of weeks, but certainly Rico at probably 90% is still the guy that you want back there getting the ball, the chunk of the plays. And Coach Dave Canales said that that's still the plan for this week. Rico's the guy. You know, ride Rico. Rico's your starter. Rico's your premier back. Chuba Hubbard's backing him up. And if with that, I always say if Rico's starting, I feel good about our chances. So Rico is starting, I feel good about our chances. All right, pro gamer Wolf. What kind of games you like to play, man? What's your game right now? I'm not a gamer, but I'm curious if you're gonna say one of the very popular ones or something I haven't heard of. But nevertheless, no Trevin Wallace is going to be bad for us. So I mean, yeah. Anytime, especially with those linebackers who are responsible for communicating a lot, stopping the pass and playing the run, it's a key position. It's vital. Trevin Wallace had been the guy calling the plays for the defense. Initially, we started out the beginning of the season with Christian Roseboom doing that as far as calling the plays. They took that away from him, gave it to Trevin, and it seemed like when that happened, that opened up Christian to play even better and have even more tackles, which has been the case. Now, all week, we were asking who is going to be the linebacker with the walkie-talkie. Well, I shouldn't say walkie-talkie because that's two-way communication, but with the green dot, as people like to say, but with the mic in his helmet to be able to hear from the coordinators what the call is. It's seeming like that's going to be Claude Sherrills. He hadn't had a lot of experience with doing it, but he said he has done it before. And so we'll see tomorrow who ultimately ends up having that the mic in their helmet for tomorrow. But I think no Trevin Wallace isn't huge. I do think it's something because, again, you're breaking the continuity of what's been out there. But I feel like we could work around it because you got so many other guys supporting you to make that tackle on defense. Appreciate your comment, though, Programmer Wolf. Let me know what your game is right now, what you like to play. Sneak me a press pass so I can get on the field with you. You know, my press pass is right here. Yep. Showing you the back of it. Can't show you the front of it. I get in trouble for that. But it's a little difficult because one thing is on there is your picture. And then they use face recognition. So even if I snuck you a pass, they go do this face scan, and then they'll be like, eh. It'll turn red, and you feel all embarrassed, and you'd be mad at me for thinking that I hooked you up, and I didn't. But, yeah, would be cool if I could help people out like that sometimes. Would be really cool. All right. Christian Marple has a big question. Excuse me. There we go. Muted myself so you guys wouldn't hear that in your ear. What's up, Chris? Is this huge game for Bryce's career? We have the hardest schedule in the NFL based on win percentage, and to me, this is a must-win game to stay in the hunt for the playoffs. So, appreciate your question, Christian. In terms of first one, for Bryce's career, nah, I wouldn't say tomorrow is a big hinge on Bryce's career. I wouldn't say tomorrow's a big thing for Bryce's career because I feel like he's going to continue to play in the NFL next year, whether it's with the Carolina Panthers or anybody. You're not number one draft picks have quite a rinse and repeat cycle before somebody just gives up on them. And I think that if Bryce just has a dud this week, has a bad rest of the season, he's not with the Carolina Panthers, I can assure you that there's going to be teams that want him to come and say, hey, we got the guy to get it, can get him right. And Carolina already does have this little stigma of being known as a place where not everybody succeeds, but they can go somewhere else and succeed, such as, you could just look in our own division with Baker Mayfield, who we're going to be seeing pretty soon. And then Sam Darnold's going to be in Bank of America Stadium pretty soon and see how he's doing. So, nope, I don't think it's that significant. Now, certainly say it is a significant game for our playoff chances, significant for momentum, all that other good stuff that you want to see, beating a division opponent in Atlanta, a team that's, not good, right? You guys, let me go ahead and pull up their record so I don't just guess at it. I think it's 2-8. No, I don't think they've played as many games as we had. I think they already had their bye week. So I'm going to guess. Actually, I'm not going to guess because I have it in front of me now. The Atlanta Falcons are 3-6. 3-6. Atlanta Falcons are 3-6. So we should win. As far as our remaining schedule, yeah, who do we have? The Rams, Bucks twice, the 49ers, the Seahawks, and the Saints again. So, but when you're trying to get to the playoffs, playoffs means you're one of the better teams in the league. So we got to start playing like it. We got to beat teams that we're supposed to beat, which would classify, the Atlanta Falcons in this case would classify. And then you got to be able to compete with teams that are good, that are solid teams in the NFL. So a win tomorrow will continue to take my confidence there that we can win. Now, I'm not saying I would go and bet for that to happen, but if we win tomorrow, if Rico looks anything like he has in the past, if Dave Canales makes adjustments, which I strongly believe he will, I think that some of Dave Canales' adjustments that he can make are unfortunately limited by some of the capabilities that Bryce Young may have. This week it was, hey, does Bryce have the confidence to throw that ball deep? And coach didn't really answer that. How they feel about his – I think it was asked about, hey, does Bryce have the confidence to make those throws? And it doesn't appear so. I know there's a lot of people on YouTube, Twitter, social media that can break down film and look at things. And, some people have pointed out like, hey, Bryce isn't making some throws that he would have made last year to people or at different times. And why is that? So there's certainly some question marks about Bryce's ability, and we'll see. But it's definitely a must-win. I wouldn't say a must-win. You need to win. You need to win. You need to win. All right, give me 6 more likes. I feel appreciated if I got 6 more likes. So it costs you nothing. Means the world to me. Everybody can watch that is watching. If you have not hit that like button, go ahead and do so. We got another member. Like I said, if you are a member, which I hope you can become, there's a link in the description, and that will allow you to become a member, get special features like that little, I don't know what to call that thing by his name, that little certificate there. You'll get that so that I know that you're a member, and you'll always get stuff like the DJ horn. Chance Hines, thank you for your support. If we can win these 3 games before the bye week, we really have a playoff chance. Yeah, and I laugh at that one a little bit, 6-man, because, of course, this is sports, this is fun, this is entertainment, and we always like to say if. But I'm going to pull the reins on that one a little bit because we felt like after that win in Green Bay, like, hey, if we win these next 2 games that we're supposed to, if we beat the Saints, they're bad. Then we beat the Falcons, they're bad. We'll be we're not 5-5. We'd be 6. I don't know, 7-4, whatever it was, right? And I was like, yeah, that's a good place to be. And it didn't happen. So right now, 6, man, I'm not ready to say yet. If we beat the Falcons tomorrow, we don't have 3 games before the bye week, do we? Let's see, Falcons tomorrow, 49ers, and then we come back home against the Rams. So you're right, 3 games. So if we beat the Falcons, which, definitely a good chance, and then we beat the 49ers, they're a good team. They're a pretty good team. And I'm not saying that we can't just, oh, no, we have no chance. It's possible. I wouldn't bet on it, but it's possible. And then we beat the Rams. A West Coast trip, flying back to Charlotte, short game week, and then beat the Rams. Yeah. If it does happen, I would absolutely feel good. I just need 2 more likes. You guys did well coming there with the likes. So 2 more likes, I'll be very, very happy, if you don't mind. Yeah, let me see if I can do this for you. I am going to try to do something for you guys. So this is week 11. Let me go to week 10. Let me go to this right here. So look at this. So this is the pass chart from last week with Bryce Young. And I brought this up because there's a comment out there that says, I hope Bryce at least attempts to throw the ball deep tomorrow. Now, attempted to throw deep, honestly, is just not going to be enough. He did it last week against the Saints. He threw a 40-yarder deep, and then he threw 2 over 20. He missed on the 40. He missed on the one that was over 20. Then he connected on the other. So, I mean, that's kind of 3 deep balls. But the problem is when we need longer distances, he's not able to push the ball down the field. Like when you know that you need to, he's not pushing the ball down the field, and that's hurting us. So I don't want him to just throw the ball down the field. I need him to throw the ball down the field and connect. When you throw it and you connect, that's a big play. That makes them respect it more. That gets your team excited and ready to go. Hey, one of the reasons why we're seeing Rico so much is because Coach Canales says when he makes those runs, running over guys, not letting the first guy bring him down, it builds up the whole team. Everybody gets excited about it. Everybody wants to be a part of it. Makes everybody push harder. Same thing would happen if Bryce is able to connect with these receivers downfield. It just brings up the excitement of everybody, and you need that, especially on the road, especially in the Georgia Dome. Well, I can't say that it gets loud other than the music. They do not have the best attendance. And I'm going to tell you, their stadium is really, really nice. Shame on Atlanta fans for not coming out and at least enjoying that beautiful stadium that they have. My man Arthur Blank built them something really nice down here. Hunter, you're always welcome to call in. I know I'm getting down to the last few comments, so if you do want to call in, you guys probably have about maybe 5 more minutes. There we go. Let me give you guys a round of applause. Get some more music going on. We're not in Charlotte. We're in Atlanta. We got our likes, so I asked for 6 more likes. I got my 6 more likes, so I appreciate you very, very much for those likes. That'll help other fans find out about the channel. I know a lot of you love what I do, want to see us grow and do more things. So many ways that you can do that, but often I push the free way, which is just interact with the videos, hit the like button. That helps other Panther fans find out about the channel, which then in turn helps us to grow. So I think I only got maybe 1 or 2 more comments that I'm going to – oh, no, I got my man Hunter that's coming in. I like this. Hunter's going to join us here. Oh, I think I remember you, Mr. Hunter. Let me see. Let me click on this one other button here to bring you on. You've been on before, right?
No, first time, man. First time.
I like the blue in the background.
Yeah, no, I got like a little kind of RGB, like light up little lamp going on.
Okay.
Yeah, so just hanging out, man. Got the Panther blue, man. Hoping for a win tomorrow.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Nothing like traveling to a game and they actually win and you get to drive home or fly home with a little bit of happiness versus when they lose, it's like, I got to go through all this and get back to Charlotte and see everybody be happy for the next day. It sucks.
I know, man. I know. No, it's crazy, especially thinking about the Saints game. That man, I that was brutal to watch.
Did you
Like
go?
I did not see that. No, I didn't go. No, I had a family function I had to go to, man. But no, I was watching though. I was watching, and it was tough, man. I know the Saints play us hard, but like, man, coming off of that Green Bay game, I don't know. I thought we would have come in or came out better than that.
And it's like we had so many chances to make up for the mistakes. So many chances. And like still couldn't. It's like, oh my goodness, this is this is terrible. Do they care?
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I know there's a lot of chirping about like, people's effort and the practice being off, and like the one time we have a victory Monday, I think all year, we come out flat, and so I feel like, well, I mean, I'm assuming victory Mondays are out for the rest of the season, right?
They haven't said that they're out, but also like Victory Mondays. I said this before that they're not really a day off. The guys still have to come in there. They still have to sit there and watch film. I don't know
Right.
exactly what they don't do. Maybe it's like one extra session of something, right? But it's like,
Yeah.
to me, on outside looking, a true Victory Monday is I'm not coming in. But anyway,
Right.
we'll, we'll see.
Yeah, no, 100%. No, but it's been interesting, man, with the whole like Bryce Young conversation. Especially as someone who has like a Bryce Young jersey, like, man, I want the delusion to be there.
He
I
said
want it to
delusion.
all work out, bro. I'm ready to buy in, but I mean, these pass something off with the passing game, in which the stats about the deep yard passing have been very, I don't know, very interesting to me, because I believe last year when he went on his like hot streak towards the end of the season, I mean, wasn't he like the best deep ball thrower in the NFL or something crazy, with like, on paper worse weapons? And so now we have T Mac, we have another year in the Dave Canales system, and yet I don't know. It seems like we've taken a step back, and so that's the part that's kind of confusing to me.
See, I do all that analysis, but then when I get on air, I go to simplify it, right? And I would say this about Bryce: if you have so many theories about why you're struggling, the bottom line is you're not doing what you need to do, right? If there's
Right.
like, because there's so many theories about, I know I've talked about, man, maybe his height is becoming a problem because you can't see as far down the field with the accuracy that you can closer. Because at first it was like, well, can he even throw the deep ball? I mean, that's
Right.
how bad he's been. Where people are like, can he even throw it that far? And then you go, oh,
Right.
okay, yeah, he can, but now he can't throw it that far accurately at all. I mean, his deep balls look terribly inaccurate most of the
Yeah.
time. And then you could say, well, some people say, well, his receivers aren't helping us. So anyway, I just go to say, man, if you just got all this talk and these theories about you, overall, it's not where it needs to be, right? So that's how I feel about Bryce. It's just not who cares. Not who cares. That's the job of the coaching staff. But yeah, he needs to do something different.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's frustrating because like I think this is where like the Panther fan delusion comes in. It's like, I think on paper, do I think Bryce is capable of throwing and really getting to like, I don't know, taking that next step? I feel like towards the end of last season we saw that in him. And that's why I feel like coming into this season, I thought it was kind of a lock for him just to continue that kind of momentum. But yeah, I mean, I think he's got all the intangibles, man. Like from a coaching perspective, like I'm really bought in with Dave Canales. Like I think he's rock solid as far as like just culture, and I mean, people, of course, like emotional fan bases, you come off a hard loss and everyone wants everyone fired. But
Yeah.
um, I don't know. I mean, the way he wrote it out with Evero, when Evero was in the hot seat, everyone wanted to run him out of town. Evero's playing great, and the defense looks really good. And I think culturally he's building something. I like what Dan Morgan's doing with the rookies. So it's like, I don't know. I'm kind of bought into like the broader ecosystem, and I feel like from a macro, I think we're going the right direction. But I mean, man, to have to look for a quarterback, if guy, man, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta jump off of. Oh, looks like my laptop's about to die. But any other closing comments, man? I very much appreciate you tuning in and joining me tonight.
Yeah, no, of course. No, I mean, I think just obviously shout out to what you're doing. Really appreciate it. I mean, I watch all these live streams all the time. Like same thing with you and other kind of Carolina Panther creators like P and Dunk with unnecessary bluntness and everything. Man, I tap into all these shows, and really appreciate what you guys are doing.
Hey, have you ever seen the pregame show with Rashad?
Oh yeah, no, I
Yeah.
saw. I think it was this. Do you do one with Rashad last Sunday with the Saints?
Yep, me and him. So every
Yeah,
home game,
yeah.
Rashad joins me for our pregame show, and that's a lot of fun.
Nice.
So we support one another in that way.
Awesome. Yeah, that's sick, man. Yeah, so I was shout out to you guys and really appreciate the content.
Hey, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, of course.
All
All
right, take
right.
care.
Bye.
All right, guys, give me just a second. I gotta plug in my laptop so that we don't die midways through this stream here. And I did get a few more questions that have come in that I want to get to. Meanwhile, you can enjoy this beautiful view of downtown Atlanta. I don't know the name of the building that is in the view right now, but I think it's pretty cool. Makes me think of Ghostbusters and the marshmallow man that was on top. Does that not make you think of the, well, you can't clearly see it, but if it was super clear, like I can see the gargoyles sitting on top of that right now. But yeah, thanks for calling in, Hunter, very much. And I hope some more of you guys will call in as well. Let's continue to work through these questions that we have tonight. Hey, got another member. I don't know why I hit that sound effect. Let's go for this one right here. SC Panther Boy 803 tuning in. Appreciate you very much for your support of the channel and checking us out tonight. Some more Bryce Young. All right, so we're going to get to it. We got up to an hour, so we still got up to 20 minutes left. And I will give you guys all of that as long as you stay here. And while you're here, make sure you hit the like button. Helps us continue to grow. And for those who are able to, don't mind if you can support us monetarily. Super thanks. Or Cash App, so another way to do so. So here's another question that just popped up. From Stephanie Case. Stephanie writes, do you think Bryce's future is hanging in the balance with this game or Canales? So for Bryce, to me, it's not just tomorrow. Deciding his career, it's not not just tomorrow. Deciding what Bryce will do for the Carolina Panthers. I feel like unless Bryce just starts playing like phenomenally for the rest of the season, that internally they're not going to say this, which they shouldn't. You want this guy that is your starting quarterback to have all the confidence in the world, but you're going to evaluate what you can do to increase the competition level at that quarterback position. I do not believe that Bryce would just be axed. And I feel like the best scenario would be you draft a guy or you get a free agent. Okay, I haven't done my research into those two avenues to talk about who's out there and available. And right there you say, hey, number one, you can easily do that because I think Andy Dalton, his time here with the Carolina Panthers can come to an end, right? We kind of forget about that because now we've got other issues that have been popping up. But when Andy stepped in for Bryce, now granted his thumb was broke, but it's still just his legs didn't look like he had the quick twitch, fast muscles to move around and escape stuff. So I'm ready for there to be a competition for the backup quarterback. And to me, you could spin that as well. You don't have to. And have somebody that could actually compete with Bryce for that starting spot. Make him earn it and see where things go. We did just get our super chat from Case. I don't know, guys. For some reason, when I get on here, my voice just does that. But let me get this super chat up here. Stephanie Case with a super chat. I appreciate you, Stephanie, so much for the support. It helps. It means a lot. So thank you for watching, and be sure to join us tomorrow again at 11 a.m. So if you guys have not tuned in for the pregame show, let me tell you, it's the best pregame show you want to check out. I do it live from the field of the stadium. So yes, tomorrow at 11 a.m. I will be on the field with the players warming up behind me, so that's cool to see, bringing you more information about the latest lineup changes, the inactives, what the coaches and players have been talking about, and just what to expect. And I'm also going to talk about the Falcons, right? Because if we want the Panthers to win, we need to know who our opponent is and what we need to do to beat our opponent. So I'll be touching on those things more in depth tomorrow as well. So Stephanie, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the super chat. Hope to see you some more in here. So I think, Stephanie, I answered your question about Bryce. Want to see some competition. Oh, or do I think Canales is future? No, I think Canales is fine. I think this is one of the longest times been on a pod that I've been on, that you've been on. Oh, this is the longest time you've been following somebody. I get you. Man, I appreciate it. 13 months. That is a good amount of time, and that means I'm doing something right. Certainly like to get your feedback to continue to do things right to keep you guys here. So let me know what it is that you'd like to see, that you want to see, that you miss. There's some things I don't do that I used to do. I try to mix it in from doing the one-on-one interviews that people love to give you a chance to know the players more, and then I mix it in with going into the locker room, all that stuff. So let me know, and I'll continue to do it. Try to be a unique source for you guys to enjoy a different perspective to learn about this Carolina Panthers team. But I appreciate you 13 months, man. Loud Pack Luck. Jesse Bates scares me. Why does he scare you? You think he's going to pick off Bryce? Why does he scare you for any particular reason? So John Morales says, not having Adam Thielen here definitely hurts. He's had a few deep balls to him. Having that trust and connection, then not having it this year stinks. So, yeah, John, maybe you came across some of the content that I saw, and which somebody on Twitter had, showed some tape and saying, hey, Bryce last year, he was comfortable throwing the deep ball to Adam Thielen, whether he was covered or whether he was not. And he certainly did. He certainly did. He definitely had a connection with Adam Thielen. And you kind of get to see the dynamic of what happens when guys have a really good connection, right? Because now Adam Thielen is with the Minnesota Vikings, and you're like, yeah, who wouldn't want to go home? But his productivity has just been awful with the Vikings. I'm not sure. I think Mike Kay from the Observer had tweeted that, and maybe I shouldn't quote because I don't remember exactly. But so I'm just going to say I don't remember exactly, but it was something like Thielen's basically getting catches only when they're losing. So it's not been good, and you just kind of think, man, if Adam Thielen was still here in Carolina, could things be different? Having that very big safety net in Adam Thielen. You don't know, but you certainly say you need to be able to do that with other guys too, right? You just can't say only I can have this connection with this guy. And then there's been some criticism recently about, well, Tetairoa McMillan is the main guy that Dave Canales targets. He makes up so much of the offense. Well, sometimes it's not a bad thing. You have a standout number one guy. That tends to happen until you have your number two guy. But Xavier Legette he's on the struggle bus. He's on the struggle bus. But again, it gets complicated because you say, well, when Legette struggles, how much of it is also the quarterback that's throwing on the ball? Is he getting on the ball in the right spot? Is he getting on the ball in a good place where he can catch it? Sometimes he is, sometimes he isn't. Kind of both parties become responsible for it, and then you have what you have right now, which is a passing game that just looks ugh. But man, it's funny. You go back to training camp, and it's like, man, this Carolina Panthers team has like the deepest wide receivers room that we've had in a long time. We had Jalen Coker, Adam Thielen before he got traded. Hunter Renfrow was looking like he's good, which Hunter Renfrow has now disappeared, not even been active for at least 4 games, I think it is, with Jimmy Horn Jr. It doesn't seem like he's headed back to the roster anytime soon. Xavier Legette, etc. And it's like nothing is really coming to fruition with those guys. I'm sorry. There's many ways to look at it, but I like to simplify things. Going to say, man, your quarterback got to do better. Come on, Bryce. Here we go. Oh, now see, this is this is what I like. Loud Pack Luck. Correct me if I'm saying it incorrectly. Just became a member of the channel. Appreciate it. That's what we need. New members that have been here for the longest. We're growing. We're doing right. See, we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. Panthers gonna be all right. Y'all gonna be all right. We're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be a good thing. Appreciate you, Loud Pack, for becoming a member. You now get special recognition each and every time that you come on to the show, as well as I'm going to make sure I get to your comments. So those are the special privileges for being a member. And then we also do some videos sometimes exclusively for our members. So you are now welcome. I feel like I'm in church. Welcome. Everybody, welcome to new members. I hope Bryce can do it. You know, since 1995, we only had two good quarterbacks, Jake and Cam Newton. Yeah, it hadn't been many. We've had a lot come through. We've had a lot be great once they leave, but we have not had a lot wearing the black and blue. Bold now. I'm so glad I got your name right. I will hope to send you some winnings of me putting money on the under. Oh, meaning you're right. Carolina Panthers are underdogs tomorrow. And, yeah, last week was the first time that we have been favored to win a game, I know, this season. And it was funny. There's a stat about we're the most winningest team that's been an underdog. And then we were favored to win and we lost. So we're back to being an underdog tomorrow. I look forward to seeing some of those winnings. I would love to see you win tomorrow. Chance Hines is out here. Have a good night. Appreciate you. You do have a good night as well. Need to get Coker going. And Coach Canales talked about that, the fact that he needed to get Coker going. Now, the first two games, he basically was absent, not effective, not a part of the plan. Let me see. How many likes do we have? I need 3 more likes, please. So everybody stop what you're doing. Pick up your phone. Look at it and just do that. It'll take a split second. It'll cost you absolutely nothing, and it'll really help this video out, okay? So I need 3 people to do that right now, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Boom. Hit the like button, all right? That he needs to get Coker going. He did have some more attempts last week. Coker is doing a good job of blocking as well. So, yeah, you just get any of these. Like I said, we have a wide receiver room that seems like it's full of talent and possibilities. Full of talent, but you have not seen that result in anything. Much more than speculation, right? So hopefully a game like tomorrow is an opportunity to get it together. I know, I forget who it was that's afraid of Jesse Bates on the other side of the ball for the Falcons. I'm not. You still got many other guys that need to be defended. So we'll see. Coker getting going will be a great thing. All the attention seems to be on Bryce. Bryce really needs to have a great game. I know the ATL run defense isn't good, but everyone is so down on BY9 that a big game would ease a lot of the naysayers. Jarius, that would be wonderful. Would be very wonderful. Stephanie Case agrees that Bryce and Adam had a great connection and that the trust was clearly there. Yeah. Hunter, Cam has never had these receivers or that O-line. You're right. You're right. You guys, now we're going into fantasy talk, which I get. I need one more like, please. One more. I just need one more, and I'll be a happy camper. Can you imagine Cam Newton with Xavier Legette, Teteroy McMillan. That would be crazy. Yeah, if wishes, buts, maybes. If we can come out of this next 3 games with victories, how great that would be. Yeah, all of that would be really, really, really good stuff. I feel it coming. I feel that last like that I need coming. Who is going to provide me that last like before I get out of here? But that will start to wrap us up. And again, please set your reminders. There's a link that you can click on to be notified of the broadcast tomorrow. To be 11. There we go. I knew somebody was going to give it to me. Here, look, here's a high five, a virtual high five for whoever that anonymous person was to give me that one more like that I needed. So, what's next? Tomorrow, 11 a.m., 1 hour long show. Get you ready for the pregame, our pregame show to get you ready for the Falcons and the Atlanta. I'm all over the place for the Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. And then about 20 to 30 minutes after the game, I will be back on the field providing you with some more great content. At that point, post-game tomorrow, we're going to show you amazing photographs from the game that show the moment, tells a story. Hopefully, it'll be a story of the Carolina Panthers won. We'll break down the stats from the game. We'll also cover the press conferences from both Dave Canales and Bryce Young, as well as tell you what's been going on in the locker room. And then I'll give you my breakdown, analysis, opinion about everything that took place, all right? So that's to come tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Live from downtown Atlanta, Georgia, I'm Chris Jenkins covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe.